Welcome back to the channel, The Dystopian Man. Please like and subscribe and like. Get your ledger, link in the description. Right now, they are doing an offer with 30% off. So as you can see, it'll be a good time to get a ledger present for yourself. Keep safe in crypto, and we'll get straight into it. So as you can see today, the crypto market is up, and we're looking like we're having a nice bit of reaction from the government meeting that we saw today with Brad Garlinghouse. To me, it was a big nothing burger. We saw that a lot of the Senate was divided, but it is what it is. The price is still positive, so we take what we can get from that. So we go straight into this. The Bitcoin exchange traded funds have had very positive inflows. I've been saying this for a long time. It's going to be a yearly story. The first time when the ETFs dropped, the BlackRock ETF, it was the most successful ETF in history. That was in its first year. I've been saying this is a multi-year story. Don't sleep on this. So let's get straight into the news. So Bitcoin exchange traded funds ETFs locked in another green day with 80 million in net inflows as BlackRock's IBIT continued to dominate. Ether's ETF also maintained their upward trend, pulling in 46.63 million and pushing the net assets to just over 11 billion. Bitcoin ETFs extend green streak as Ether ETFs hit 11 billion in net assets. The thing is as well, what people are sleeping on with Ether is you have to think when staking comes to the ETFs. I was the price, in my opinion, was being manipulated and suppressed so people could accumulate, because when that time comes, only the people with Ether are going to be able to make more Ether. It makes sense. Investor appetite for digital assets ETFs stayed firm as markets moved into Tuesday, July 8th, with both Bitcoin and Ether ETFs reporting healthy inflows and zero outflows. Bitcoin ETFs notched their 80 million net inflow, marking another day of consistent institutional demand. BlackRock's IBIT was the standout, securing 66.81 million, followed by Grayscale's Bitcoin Mini Trust with 4.82 million, Fidelity's FBTC with 4.75 million, and Valkyrie's BRRR bringing in 3.69 million. No outflows were recorded, underscoring broad bullish sentiment. Trading activity held steady at 2.8 billion, while net assets climbed to 136.75 billion. Ether ETFs also continued their positive streak, banking 46.63 million in net inflows. BlackRock's ETHA remained the top draw, adding 25.29 million, followed by Grayscale's Ether Mini Trust and ETHE with 9.35 million and 7.78 million respectively. Bitwise ETHW closed out the day with 4.87 million in inflows. A small redemption of 652k happened on Fidelity's FETH, but it had little effect on good inflows. Total value traded came in at 562.46 million, and net assets pushed past a key milestone to settle at 11.3 billion. The persistence of daily inflows, even modest ones, signal robust confidence in the long-term thesis that both Bitcoin and for both Bitcoin and Ether ETFs. So we can see that the net inflows are just going to increase. The problem that we seem to have, right, is that people get scared in the market because we have this news of like, oh, there's been some outflows, but there was 11 billion of inflows. As you can see, this was popular news, obviously, but as we move back on, now this is something that we do have to talk about. There are so many companies at the moment that are accumulating Bitcoin. I was just gaming around with ChatGPT, and the amount of Bitcoin that is being consumed and accumulated by these companies. You've got MicroStrategy. It's daily news. It's daily. You've got MicroStrategy. You've got BlackRock. You've got Altblock. You've got Capital 21. You've got MetaPlanet. You've got Riot. You've got America. You've got. It's ridiculous. Like there's so much, and we've got another one here today. So this one is DCC Enterprise expands Bitcoin treasury with a 230 Bitcoin purchase. Now, the one thing we don't hear a lot about are the small companies that are acquiring Bitcoin, because it's not a grand amount like a billion. 230 Bitcoin, that is still off the table. And when I was messing with ChatGPT, it was saying that Bitcoin could possibly run out on exchanges in around November. We have on Bitcoin exchanges around 1.7 million Bitcoin. Not all of those Bitcoin are liquid. I think people seem to forget that. If not all of those Bitcoin are liquid, and then we have MicroStrategy and all these other companies saying they're going to acquire Bitcoin, something has to give. Or we're being completely lied to, because how Bitcoin at the moment is not at like 300, 400, 500k, I have no idea. Sorry for the rant. So let's get into it. So DDC Enterprise Limited today announced the acquisition of an additional 230 Bitcoin as part of its ongoing corporate treasury strategy. This purchase increases DDC's total Bitcoin holdings to 368 BTC, reinforcing its position as a public company at the forefront of integrating Bitcoin as a reserve asset. BTC yield increased by 48.3% compared to its last purchase in mid-June. The newly acquired Bitcoin builds on our conviction that Bitcoin is the most solid and strategic treasury asset available for long-term value preservation, said Norma Chu, founder, chairwoman, and CEO of DDC Enterprise. As DDC deepens its Bitcoin-focused strategy, we continue to deliver increased exposure for shareholders, reflecting a deliberate and rapid path towards our treasury goals. Now, hear what they actually do. DDC Enterprise is spearheading the corporate Bitcoin treasury revolution while maintaining its foundation as a leading global Asian food platform. So it's not even really into crypto, it's just making profit and funneling the profits into crypto. And Michael Saylor was saying that a lot of companies was going to follow this strategy, and it seems to be coming true, because the easiest way to increase your company's value seems to be just to buy Bitcoin as an asset. The company has strategically positioned Bitcoin as a core reserve asset, executing a bold and accelerating accumulation strategy, while continuing to grow its portfolio of culinary brands including Day Day Cook, Noma Lim, and Yai Tais. DDC is at the vanguard of public companies integrating Bitcoin into the financial architecture. So you can see, like, there's more companies that are acquiring, and there's not a lot of Bitcoin left in exchanges. It's simple math. If there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin ever, 6 million lost forever, but there's only about 1.7 million on exchanges, and we've got all of these companies saying they want to accumulate millions or hundreds of thousands. I mean, we were getting about, was it Brown and Harvard, and the universities that have been accumulating for years. And here's another one. Sequence Communications shares surge 40% after 384 million Bitcoin investment. It's 384 million Bitcoin worth of Bitcoin gone for good. So Sequence Communications, a French semiconductor company, has successfully raised 384 million through a debt equity transaction. The funds will be used to purchase Bitcoin, marking a significant move by the company into the cryptocurrency space. The announcement was made on Tuesday, and the news has sparked considerable interest in the market. Sequence Communications shares experienced a notable surge, jumping by more than 40% following the announcement. The substantial increase in the share price reflects the market's positive response to the company's strategic decision to invest in Bitcoin. The move is seen as a bold step by Sequence Communications to diversify its asset portfolio and potentially benefit from the growing acceptance and value of cryptocurrencies. The company's decision to allocate a significant portion of its raised capital to Bitcoin purchases underscores its confidence in the digital currency's future prospects. This investment not only positions Sequence Communications at the forefront of technological innovation, but also aligns with the broader trend of corporations exploring digital assets as a means of hedging against inflation and enhancing financial resilience. There's something bubbling in the background. We've seen that countries, companies, everybody seems to be moving away from the dollar, and everybody just seems to be buying Bitcoin at this precise time. Like, I don't know about you, but I am just constantly accumulating Bitcoin and making sure that I have my own little treasury, because something is happening here. And please write down in the comments what you think it is. So the successful fundraise and subsequent share price surge highlight the market's optimism regarding Sequence Communications' strategic direction and its potential to capitalize on the market presented by the cryptocurrency the opportunities presented by the cryptocurrency market. Right, so more accumulation, and we are getting this news daily. Daily. So maybe you want to have a talk with your portfolio and just see if you have enough Bitcoin, because at the right rate that it's flying off the exchanges, soon it's just going to be people who are holding Bitcoin that actually have it, and they're going to have to go and get it OTC. It's not going to be on exchanges. Yeah, so anyway, like and subscribe, subscribe and like. Please remember, if you want to get your ledger, get your link in the description, and we will be back tomorrow, and peace.